Hello and welcome back to the Campus Ministry Show here at Lancaster Catholic High School. I'm Father Logue, the chaplain of the school and host of the show. We have an extra special guest to be interviewed today, Deacon Andrew St. Denis, soon to be Father Andrew St. Denis, who is one of our own. Graduated from here in 2015, is back with us today for a visit, sharing his story with some of our classes, and we snagged him for a quick interview. Hope you enjoy. Hello, Deacon Andrew St. Denis.
Hey, how you doing, Father Logue?
Pretty good. Welcome to the show. Thanks for being on.
It's great to be here.
So, you are back in Catholic High after 10 years?
Yeah.
This is your 10-year reunion?
It's coming up.
Is your class doing anything?
I don't think so.
Aww.
I don't know. I haven't been on social media in like 8 years, so I have no idea what's going on in the world.
There you go. Well, if any of Deacon St. Andrew's old class watches this, Deacon St. Denis, his old class watches this and wants to invite him, please do that. So I wanted to ask a little bit, what is the thing coming into Catholic High today and visiting again? What's the most different from when you were here?
Well, I think the biggest thing, just the physical place itself. I saw the doors to the cafeteria, or at least what I thought was the cafeteria, and was the cafeteria 10 years ago. I opened the door and was out in a field. So I felt like I walked into some other dimension, and it was different. But thankfully, I was directed to the new student center.
Commons, yeah.
So that was really cool to see. Some new faces among the teachers, but otherwise, some new looks, but it's still that old Catholic High feel. So it was really cool.
And what's the thing that was most familiar and most like it was 10 years ago?
Well, it's a great question. The halls, some of them still look the same. There's still that same smells going up and down the stairwells. And just being able to walk into some of the classrooms, reconnect with a lot of the teachers, and just getting to recognize and feel that same sense of like home that Lancaster Catholic really is and was for me back then, and almost kind of just rekindled for me today as I was walking through the halls. So it was really awesome.
Awesome. Give me your top 3 favorite teachers from your time here.
Oh man.
Put you on the spot.
Yeah, top 3 favorite teachers. Loved Mrs. Katapa. She's now gone. But she taught anatomy, so dissecting cats, and for an entire month, the entire science wing would just smell like formaldehyde and rotting cats. But
lovely.
Yeah, she taught with an iron fist, but made it a lot of fun. Also really enjoyed Mr. Einot, the religion teacher, one of the theology teachers. You never knew what kind of stories he was going to bring out and have for us for that day. And kind of in that same vein, Mr. Portis, who was the one of the history teachers. I think he celebrated his 80th birthday when I was a senior or a junior.
Not teaching here still.
He's not teaching here still. But yeah, it was just kind of being able to experience a lot of those fun times of hearing stories from them and being able to connect that to our classes and kind of what was going on at the time. And I just now realized all of them aren't here anymore.
I know. So. I was curious to see if any of our current staff made the list. That's all right, though. They won't be too offended.
We're on the top 5.
Okay, good. Then how about least favorite subject?
Okay.
I
was really scared you were going to say least favorite teacher. Least favorite subject? Oh, man. This is terrible. I really did not like English. Mostly because I'm not great with English. I can speak it. Sometimes I don't sound very educated when I speak it, but spelling never really came easily to me, and kind of wrestling with grammar. But thankfully, that's obviously kind of got a lot better. But it was really a tough time in high school. But hey, made it through.
Well, I heard a little bit of something as we were walking up here, and we'll see what you say to this. If you can share it, what was one of the times that you got into the most trouble when you were here?
Oh man, the most trouble I was here. I think I found myself in detention 3 times through my 3 years that I was here.
Good average.
Yeah, no, I was averaging 1 a year, so that's not too bad. I think only 2 of them were for dress code violations. And one was, this is a shout out to my sister Annie. I would drive her and myself to school every morning, but she wasn't always the most timely when it came to getting ready in the morning, and we had a half-hour commute to get here. So there were many times that we showed up late, and eventually strike 5 became strike 3, and it was time to pay the price. So I'll never forget going to detention with my sister because I'll share the blame. We were a little slow in the morning. A little slow.
I thought you were gonna put that whole thing on her there, so that's share some.
She can take 99% of it.
Oh, good. So what types of things were you involved in when you were here outside of classes?
Yeah, outside of classes, I was very heavily involved with a lot of the athletics in the area. Really enjoyed being on a lot of the teams and just hanging out with everyone else in the community at the school. I can't say I was the most athletic or the greatest achiever on the field, but I love being on the football team and on the track and field team. Tried my hand at baseball while I was here. Unfortunately, due to some injuries, couldn't really cut it and lost a lot of that ability. But it was such a fun time to be able to do that. And then just for fun, my senior year, joined the bowling team with Mr. Sharp. A handful of us figured this is our last year. Let's just do something just to do something and be able to hang out. And no better way than to just
Go
hop in a car and go bowling with Mr. Sharp all throughout the winter. So it was such a fun time. It was really awesome.
We had a group when I was in seminary where we intentionally tried to do something fun each week.
Yeah.
And it could be wild. It could be go tour someplace or go to a jazz club or go explore this old place or that. Like just to get out and do something while you have the time and the opportunity is really valuable.
And did you have a bowling alley in your basement at the seminary?
We did. The seminary I went to did have a bowling alley in the basement. Yeah. It was very rarely operational. Someone gave it like decades ago to one of the popes as a gift. I don't know how you give someone a bowling alley as a gift, but clearly the pope was like, thanks, I don't plan on bowling with this. So he didn't know what to do with it, so he gave it to the American seminary and they installed it in the basement. I regret to say I missed the opportunities to use it while it was functional. Yeah. It would be like functional and they're like, hey, the bowling alley's working, and then like a month later they'd be like, oh yeah, the bowling alley broke again. Like
that's unfortunate.
I'm pretty sure it was old enough we had to have someone like sitting down at the end to like help set the pins up. It was not one of the recent popes that had received it as a gift, but
Pope Pius V in the Middle Ages.
So another question then maybe, what is something that you learned or took from your time here at Catholic High that's been the most helpful in seminary formation?
Yeah. I'd say the one thing that really I've taken from my time here at Catholic and has brought me through college, most especially after kind of going through my own reversion, coming back to the faith, and going through these 6 years of seminary, has been to begin and end everything with prayer. And it's been such a helpful reminder to me that everything that I do, from waking up in the morning, going to bed at night, going out for a run, to sitting down to study, like all of this is for God. And everything is going to come from Him, and ultimately I'm being called to give it back to Him. In all honesty, I was actually asked a similar question on my interview to enter the seminary. What did you learn from Lancaster Catholic that you can bring into this? And that kind of like set the stage for me 6 years ago, like bringing this back into my focus of like, all right, everything is from God. Let's bring it all back to God. And so just constantly having that prayer on my lips, like, Jesus, I give this to you. So.
Well, they asked me how many books were in the Bible, and I froze, but I'm glad they had better questions later on. Now, your ordination is coming up the beginning of June, very soon. Ordination to the priesthood, which is awesome and so exciting. Yeah. What's the thing that you're looking forward to the most after ordination?
Oh my gosh, I'm in all honesty, the one thing I cannot wait to do is to be able to hear confessions, because for me that was like a turning point in my own life, was returning back to the sacrament of reconciliation. And being able to experience God's mercy and God's love. And in that moment of walking out of the confessional for the first time in years and knowing that I've been forgiven from all my sins and feel that weight just fall off my shoulders, that I felt like such a new man that I could just go out and do whatever it is that God was calling me to. And it really opened up my life. It opened up my heart to give my life to God, to be able to be sitting here with you today, to be able to be sitting here as a deacon and, as a man preparing for the priesthood. And, having been able to experience that transformative work of God's grace in the sacrament, I can't wait to be that instrument that gets to give that grace of God to those in need. So I can't wait.
All right, then, Deacon St. Denis, one last question in the tradition of Camp Men Show interviews.
Yeah.
What is your favorite flavor of ice cream?
Oh, man. Does it have to be one?
Yes.
All right. Let's go. I'm feeling Moose Tracks right now.
Moose Tracks.
Moose Tracks.
That's pretty good. I don't know if we've gotten that answer before.
Yeah? Really?
I feel like we should have a board like some of those shows,
Get
where
it a tally?
people write up, their name and then the flavor.
Oh, yeah.
Keep track of it. Anyways.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for being on, and we'll certainly be keeping you in our prayers as you come up on your ordination, and we'll make sure to get you back here in the fall to say Mass for us as a brand new priest.
Awesome.
So for everybody watching, please keep Deacon St. Denis and our other deacons and soon-to-be ordained deacons in your prayers as they approach their ordinations. Thank you so much for watching, and God bless.